I'm Crystal Davis. A training session for the Victim Services Unit in Gogebic County went off without a hitch this morning. The volunteer-based group is active in 27 teams throughout the state. The group's committed to providing crisis intervention to victims who have survived a tragedy or crime. TV6's Marisa Reyes reports.
They're known as the helping hands of the fire, police, and emergency departments. The Victim Services Unit is a group of trained volunteers helping victims survive a crisis or crime against them. Today, a training session was held in Gogebic County. The training course covered topics from criminal justice to specific guidance on how to work with victims.
You're the victim's family when you get there because you are needed bad.
The unit works with the police by going to the scene and comforting victims in their time of need. Advocates are the link to the investigating officers for victim questions.
These people are there to help the victims and their victims' families. The officer then can take his time and do the job that he's out there to do, which is the law enforcement end of it.
One victim advocate says you never get used to the job. It's a new emotional experience for her each time she goes out to a scene.
I think at the time I'm in a work mode that you just do automatically, you know, what you were trained. And then after it's all over with, then you can fall apart, you can cry.
Anyhow.
And for some advocates in training, they felt it was their calling to get involved.
My brother was murdered in March of '97, and the services was terrific for my family. They was there in a time of need.
Felt it was time to give something back to the world, the community. If it ends up being only one person, it'll be worth it.
Marisa Reyes, TV6 News, Ironwood.
And when you're the survivor of a crime committed against you, it's good to know there are people dedicated to comforting and supporting victims. The group is known as the Victim Services Unit. They are a trained group of volunteers who serve as a link between victims and the police or medical officials. It's particularly important to have a group like this in the Upper Peninsula because the area in the Upper Peninsula is so remote.
Because you don't have very large police departments anywhere, and the families need some time. They need someone there to help support them, maybe answer questions, because law enforcement has to go out and investigate these situations, and they don't have the time.
If you're interested in being part of your local Victim Services Unit, contact the nearest Sheriff's Department. At K.I. Sawyer, the 4 military aircraft left